So for this problem, we want to evaluate the sum of 2r plus 5 between r equals 3 and r equals 11. Now, I'm going to show two methods which will work for this problem. Either is fine, and either is just an alternative way of viewing what the problem means. Now, the first way is going to look at starting with r equals 3 because they give us that up to r equals 11. So we'll treat this as the first term. And let's start to list out what the terms would be. If r is equal to 3, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus r equals 4, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13, plus r equals 5, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus, and so on. So in other words, we can see that we've got a common difference here of plus 2. And if we've got a common difference, it's going up by the same each time, it must mean that we actually have an arithmetic series. And if we have an arithmetic series then, and we're looking at sigma notation, we can use the summation formula to solve this. But we need to list out our key points. Well, in this case, our first term A is 11. We have a common difference of plus 2 each time, so our difference is 2. And the other value we need is for n. Now, you might normally just jump and say, well, it's the top number, it's 11. Well, you've got to be a little bit more careful because this problem is actually starting at 3. So in other words, we don't have when r equals 1 or r equals 2. Now, because of that then, actually we're not looking at counting 11 terms. We don't care about the first 2, which would normally be there. So actually, we are just looking for the first 9 terms in our series. So we're actually looking for the sum of the first 9 terms. We'll look at the other scenario in a little bit. So we've got n equals 9, and all you have to do at that point is just substitute in. So the sum of the first 9 terms is equal to 9 over 2 times 2 times a, which is 11, plus 9 minus 1, which is 8, times d, which is 2. So we've got 9 over 2 times 11 is 22, plus 16. 22 plus 16 is 38. So you've got 9 over 2 times 38. 38 divided by 2 is 19, times 9 gets you 171. And that's indeed our answer for this problem. So the sum of 2r plus 5 between r equals 3 up to 11 is 171. And that would get you all the marks, so there's no problem. But actually there is another way of viewing this. So we ignored when r is equal to 1 or r is equal to 2. Well, actually we can take account of those in our series because we've got an expression for the series, so we can substitute in. So if we start where r is equal to 1 instead, we can say that we have 2 times 1 plus 5, which gets 7. Then we would have r is equal to 2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5, which is 9. R equals 3, which is 11, plus 13, and so on. So we can view it this way. And again, we have a common difference of plus 2. So we have a starting value. We have a equals 7. We have a common difference, d is equal to 2. What's a little bit more problematic though for this problem is our n. Now this time, well, we do want to go up to the 11th term, so we do want to know our sum to the 11th term, but we do still only want from r equals 3. So we can find out the sum of the first 11 terms, but we don't want the first 2, so we can subtract the sum of the first 2 terms. And this will get us the same result, but let's just check it. So again, we're going to use the summation formula. So the first one is going to use n equals 11, the second one is going to use n equals 2. So you've got 11 over 2 times 2 times our a, which is 7, plus n minus 1, which is 10, times d, which is 2, minus our n for s sum of 2, which is 2 over 2, times 2 times a, which is 7, plus 2 minus 1, which is 1, times d, which is 2. So you've got 11 over 2 times 14 plus 20 minus 2 times 7 is 14 plus 2 times 1 is 16. 2 over 2 is still 1, so you're just subtracting 16. 14 plus 20 is 34, divided by 2 is 17, times 11 gets you 187, minus the 16, which is 171. So this is an or choice. Now normally you would go for the first method, but actually either method is correct, either will get you the marks, so it gives an alternative there. But this is how you would evaluate 2r plus 5 between r equals 3 up to r is equal to 11.